Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I have the honor and distinct pleasure of interviewing Mr. Tom Michel, the father of Wall Stadium's most winning small block modified driver, Dave Michel. Tom, thank you so much for coming on Let's Go Racing. And tell me, Tom, let's go back to the beginning. When did you get involved in racing?
I got involved in racing back in the late 60s down at Lancaster City Racetrack. I ran Wall Stadium, East Windsor, Langhorne, went to Trenton a few times, Martinsville. About the only ones I really run on, major tracks.
You racing modifieds then?
Well, I started out running Sportsman, Atlantic City, and East Windsor. Then I got hurt real bad up there one year. I had a real bad accident and busted this wrist and collarbone, and I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and I gave up dirt track racing after that. Went strictly modified here, like come to Wall Stadium here. Then I ran here in Atlantic City, and over the years, mainly here, as the main track, and
well, Atlantic City, you were champion there a couple of years, weren't you?
Three or four times down championship down there at Atlantic City. Matter of fact, they had a bounty on me for 11 weeks down there. They kept raising the bounty on me, and anybody could beat me. Each week they run a $25 or more bounty, and finally Tony Siscone got in a real good car and beat me, out for it. I think he got $275 he won on bonus for beating me. I run second right behind him, but I just couldn't get by him.
And how long ago was this, Tom?
When they had that bounty, I guess that was back in the early 80s.
Well, that late. When did Atlantic City close, Tom?
Exactly, I can't remember. It's like late 80s, along in there. Matter of fact, I won the last big race that Atlantic City ever had in the record books. It was a modified show. They had New York cars down there, and there was a lot of good big names from out of state come down. They had a real big show down there, and I won that. That was one of the biggest thrills of my life, being I was, a regular there all the time, and Tony Siscone run second in that, and we battled out the whole race, but he couldn't get by me, and I wound up winning that, and that was the last big race, or the last modified race Atlantic City ever had. They usually ran sportsman class cars, but that was a regular modified show. And Gil Hearn and Charlie Kramer, a lot of guys from here was down to that, and plus a lot of New Yorkers and Connecticut cars. And that was a big thrill for me to win that. That was the last show they ever ran there.
Well, now we see in the paper where they're going to build another NASCAR track in Atlantic City.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be in Atlantic City or not, but I hear there's going to be one down around Tucker area.
Well, they say this is going to be where the racetrack, where the horse racetrack.
Well, that would be nice if they could get it in there, if they could get it in around all them houses and stuff, the noise and stuff there, they'd have to have some kind of a curfew on it, or daytime racing or something, because that's right in around all them houses, business and stuff,
I know we've seen NASCAR tracks being built all over the place, and I just wonder if they got enough races to race in them,
Well, that's the thing, they only have so many races a year, and they keep building all these new tracks.
31.
Yep. But now a lot of these big corporations is buying up the small tracks and taking their dates, and putting new tracks up, things like that,
Well, when did you retire from racing, and why?
It was right around 90. I got hurt in a bad accident. Well, it wasn't a bad accident, but we got stopped. Lane Boyd hit me in the back rear end and drove me right up on top of the car in front of me.
Here?
Yeah, and it snapped something in my neck, and I had these tremendous headaches for altogether about 2 years. That whenever I would have a hard impact, I would get dizzy, and I would lose my vision. So it was like a pinched nerve in the neck, and it affected me, so I just laid off for a couple of years. And then of course, they had a big strike and everything, And I still got my old car sitting down in the garage. David, he's cannibalized most of the good stuff off of it, but it's chassis still there, And matter of fact, I just talked to Ron Morrick about. He's got a couple of my engines up there. I'm going to get it, bring stuff back down, and set them in the garage there.
Well, Tom, certainly our time is up, but I want to thank you coming on the show with me. And you know, you're talking about getting hurt a couple times. Well, that must have been when racing was dangerous, huh?
Well, that one I really got hurt up there was, I spent 6 times side raising 3 in for ends, and I never want to go through anything like that again, I'll tell you.
Well, you know, I said I got a bumper sticker on my car that I've been threatening to have made into T-shirts, and it says, "Remember when racing was dangerous and sex was safe." So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'm Harry Hurley one more time for Let's Go Racing, and be the good Lord willing, we'll see you all again next week.